Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to the next episode review of Season 2 of My Dress Up Darling, Episode 23, nearing the end now. After this, one more episode to go, so obviously we're getting Season 3, obviously, so which is always going to be more exciting for me because now we're getting Season 3 of Dawn to the Dawn, Season 3 of My Dress Up Darling, and if the way things are going, pretty sure Season 3 of Kaiju number 8, though, so pretty sure of that. So, but My Dress Up Darling. Now, one thing I would say though, just before I get into it, I like the fact that the season two, now with Gojo and Kitagawa, I always said before these two are perfect together, right? They're made for each other, right? And their chemistry has always been top notch, let alone comedy gold, right? But but the thing is, what I noticed the most is that season two has also been focusing more on side characters or supporting characters, not just on Kitagawa and Gojo though, but like more on Juju and her sister and some on the other more of other supporting characters. Again, more of share of the spotlight than which they had, which was a bit less which was much less in the first season though. So I do appreciate the fact that the supporting characters like more of Marin's friends or some other friends from the school and these other characters and like I said Juju and her sister because Juju and her sister because like they kind of like did not show up until like this late in the game of season two though, only the first season, right? Because I like those characters. So at least they get a chance to show up again. So, but I do appreciate that the supporting characters have got a little more screen time than they did in season one. So that's one thing I want to say right now. Now with the girl Akira, the girl who is the one who Gojo wanted to talk to about prop making, right? And she was the one who said like she doesn't like Kitagawa Marin because she doesn't want to be around her because of probably because of her personality. Now, why I think now because after the start of the episode, we see a teenage Akira in a flashback that her mom, probably say a douchebag of a mom, she goes and throws out. Excuse me. She goes and throws out Akira's manga set, saying that you're not a child anymore. You should put away these childish things, right? Basically. Yeah, so she goes and throws out her whole collection of mangas, and it's basically for her saying to grow up. I'm like, wow, douchebag of a mom right there. and and then when she was when she was in college, into her college time, she sees that some girls are one of those you put a quarter in, you twist the knob, and one of those little knick-knack figurines come out of it, right? Well, she sees one. It was I think it was from the TV show that Marin and Juju like. What was it, the Black Luvelia or something like that, or was it the one that Marin liked the most? From Slippery Girls too. And so she first she just does this, make sure no one's looking at her, watching her, and by the time when she puts her money in, twisting the knob, her friends come in and which she assumes that they're gonna make fun of her, right? And which, and to her surprise, they didn't. They said, "Oh, you like that anime series? That's great. That's a character. It's a great character." So that kind of rekindled her kind of love for anime, right? Now, why I think is that the reason why she doesn't care about Marin that much because her love and personality of animes was that could have been her back when she was a teenager before her mom threw all of her mangas out, right? She didn't get a chance to love to be a big fan of anime because of her mom, and when she sees Marin with the personality she is, she kind of felt kind of envious and jealous because of that. She's so enthusiastic about doing all these cosplays and into all these animes, right? And so I think that Kitagawa, Akira made, she was kind of jealous of her because of she probably would have been that big fan that she would have been for a while back, but she's starting to fall in love with it as an adult though. But at least she started rekilling that hobby of hers that she liked a lot back when she was in school. But I think she was kind of the reason why she doesn't like. She said she doesn't like Marin. I don't be around her because she probably would have seen herself in Marin if she was like that. If she was back when she was school though. So that's why I think that's why I figured that she was kind of like jealous of Marin because of her carefree, enthusiastic personality, of her love of anime and cosplay and stuff. So I think that's that's one of the reasons. Which I that was a good thing. Plus, felt bad for her because her mom made her throw all her mangas. I'm like, wow. So she didn't get that love that she wanted you know. So, but then we see with Juju, you know, another good point with her character because she wanted to play the, you know, she's always into doing magical girls because of her height, her size. She has a baby face, right, and flat chested, right. So that's why because she didn't get the chance to do like some of the characters that she wanted to do because of her height and size. But some of her friends say no, you don't have to. So they help her like readjust her cosplay costume and make her become like the character that she wanted, and that made her very happy. Even Marin's like is in tears, like I am so happy, you know, and so jealous, you know, all that. And so Juju was very happy that she got to cosplay in this character that she wanted to be as, you know. So that's another very nice character moment there. I do think going back with Akira, because when her friends saw her get that little toy, she was afraid they were gonna make fun of her. So that also that kind of played into Gojo's shoes, right? Because you know people thought would make people make fun of him because of he liked doing what he do was making Hina dolls, right? So between both of them have in common is like they thought they were gonna be ashamed of what they were doing, but it turns out other people liked what they did, you know. So it's like you know. It's like don't be ashamed of what you like to do. If you like doing what you love to do, don't let other people tell you different. Basically, and that's basically kind of it goes for both Gojo and Akira because they love doing what they love doing what they do. Don't let nobody tell you different. You know, don't let anybody change your mind. So yeah, that was kind of like that send message, right? So, and we did see like some of her friends make her do a cosplay group shoot, right? Of course, she had no face expression when she was doing the cosplay shoot, so. But in hindsight, that she liked doing it though, despite she didn't smile for the camera though. So that's why her friends did all the makeup and costume stuff for Juju, and it made her very happy being the character that she wanted to be. So you got a lot of good moments with the supporting characters. It's not just focusing on Gojo and Kitagawa, which don't get me wrong, it's great though. I love the comedy gold between them because it's priceless. But like I said, I do enjoy that the supporting side characters are getting more screen time, more and more development, more than just not just Gojo and Kitagawa. So that's one thing I do appreciate this with more in season 2 of Val, more than they did in season 1 about the side characters. So that was a nice development for those. So, and like I said, I felt bad for Akira because she didn't get a chance to enjoy the love of enjoy her hobby of loving anime because of her mom just throwing on her mouth. Like, no, you're becoming an adult. It's time to throw all these childish things. You know, you need to grow up. You know. I'm like, wow, douchebag of a deadbeat of a mom there. You know, sheesh. It's like if someone threw out my collection, Okay, I wouldn't care. I would just like throw her out the door, you know. So or if someone else ever did that to my collection, whereas my mangas or my anime collection, DVD collection, you better run, because I will not put up with that. I would not let anyone touch any of my treasures, like my autograph, my priceless autographed pops, you know, whatever. Instead, if someone tell me throw those out, those are childish. I'm like, childish? You just like, do you know how much money I spend on all these autographs? Yeah, you think that's childish, huh? Yeah, sure. So yeah, I kind of felt bad for Akira in that aspect. So yeah, but now we kind of understand that she was kind of jealous of, envious of Kitagawa because of her hyper carefree, enthusiastic personality that she of her enjoyment of cosplay and anime stuff. So yeah, I kind of felt bad for her for that. So, but yeah, but that was another great episode. So the last episode, I'll probably focus on now on doing more of doing the group cosplay shoot, and it's probably gonna be it for until third season, because yeah, part of me is like, well, I guess we're not gonna get that love confession from Marin, I guess, but you know what? If it doesn't end like this, I say, you know what, season 3, it'll definitely happen. Like I say, she's the one who's gonna be doing the confessing, not Gojo, because I do like this the reverse effect, because it's usually the guy who has like trouble conversing his feelings to confess to the girl, but now in this case it's Marin who's having trouble with her feelings, trying to confess to him, because she said in her mind she said she loved him, so I will we will get that confession though, so not even, I know it's like probably in the last, not in this last episode though, but probably into this third season. So, but so yeah, but that's episode 23. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time. Later.